This is a tough topic today, but there's a lot of hope as well. How to handle verbal abuse from your husband. And at the end of this conversation, I'll give you 3 specific communication strategies that might help. This topic gets my blood boiling a little bit because nobody deserves abuse. Can I say that again? Nobody deserves abuse of any kind. There is zero tolerance for abuse. For you to be treated with respect and kindness and dignity is completely reasonable, and it is exactly what I want for you as well. Now, there's a big problem with verbal abuse, and often verbal abuse turns to physical abuse, and there's a high correlation with domestic violence. If your husband or spouse is verbally abusing you, it doesn't mean that they're a bad person. Maybe they don't know the proper way to treat you. Maybe you can help to train them. And I want to assist you with that. It's really important that we address this topic because it's happening way too often and causing all kinds of negative consequences in our world. So let's jump in and take this on, shall we? Because of the high correlation of verbal abuse to domestic violence and actual physical abuse, safety is our primary concern right now. It's okay for you to stand up, to speak up, and to get the help that you need if you're in this position. Different communities, different cultures have different resources available. So you may need to do a little bit of research to see what's available in your part of the world. Regardless of where you live, you are entitled to be treated with respect. And to take a stand for that might require a courageous step on your part. So be ready to stand up and to speak up and to have courage as you move forward with figuring this out. Now, you might be thinking at this point, well, it's not that bad, Dr. Paul. Lighten up a little bit, will you? And we will. Okay, we'll lighten up, and I'm going to give you some specific communication strategies if it's not at that level. I felt I needed to go there for just a minute to make sure that we emphasize the importance of this and how I feel about this. I've got your back, and I want you to be treated with respect and kindness. Always. Send your spouse over here, and we'll do a few videos around communication and how to treat each other and the proper principles that drive a relationship. We got a lot of stuff here in the playlists on the channel for that. Now let's get into a communication skill. This tool was originally shared with me by Pamela Jett. She's a communication specialist who is also a very engaging speaker and a colleague of mine. She calls it how to handle a sniper. Now, what does a sniper do? Sniper hides out on the rooftops and takes pot shots at you, right? Verbally, a sniper abuses you, takes pot shots at you. So there's some correlation there. And Pamela is a communications expert. So that's what we're talking about. Those verbally abusive phrases or words that get thrown out there and they just zing you or they hurt. That's what we're talking about. How to handle a sniper. There are 3 steps to this. Identify, verify, and accept. Identify, verify, and accept. Quick little disclaimer. We're talking about those situations where you're not in physical danger. This is for the more common problem of the verbal stuff that's going on that hasn't escalated to a level where you're in physical danger. If there's any immediate physical danger, then revert to what we've already talked about, and you stand up, speak up, and take courageous action to end that, to get out of it. Okay, now back to the 3 steps. Identify, verify, and accept. Let's start with identify. This is where you get to use your communication skills to identify what's going on. Quite honestly, some people who are verbally abusive don't get it. They're just doing whatever they've been trained, taught, and educated to do, and they may not be aware that it's abusive or that it's abrasive or that it's bothering you. So identify means that you put it in this kind of a format. When X happens, I feel Y. All right, so I'm using X and Y. You can fill in the blanks. When this happens, I feel that. Here's an example. When I hear the words, "What's wrong with you?" I feel disrespected. Do you see how simple that can be? Now, simple and easy are not the same thing. All right? It's going to take some courage, and it's not that easy to do a simple thing. You identify by saying, when this happens, I feel that. Now, once you've done that, you can move to step 2. Step 2 in how to handle a sniper is to verify. And this is brilliant. I think psychologically, this is where the power is in this particular approach. Verify is when you say, is that what you intended? Is that what you were going for? Was that your purpose? Is that what you hoped to accomplish? Okay, these questions all have a similar theme, don't they? Is that what you were going for? Was that your agenda? Is this what you wanted? Okay, that's powerful because 99% of the time, this is where whoever you're talking to is going to backpedal. Okay, they're going to say something like, "Oh, no, I didn't mean to do that at all." That's a common response. Or they might try to turn it right back on you. "You're so sensitive." Okay, whatever it is, whatever their response, you move to step 3. Accept. Meaning, accept the response. You're not going to accept to be continually abused. We're putting an end to that. You're going to accept their response, and it's one word. Okay. Okay. That's it. No matter what their response is. Now, your tone might change. Because what if you say, "Is that what you intended?" And they're like, "Yeah, that's what I intended. I wanted you to feel disrespected." Now, who is going to say that? Probably nobody. But even if they do, you're still going to respond with, "Okay." Or, "Okay." See, your tone might change, but you accept it. You accept their response. This is so powerful. I got to tell you about a client of mine whose son was verbally abusing her. This is a young adult son, still living at home, and he is just popping off with some of the most disrespectful stuff you can imagine toward his mother. Okay, that gets me a little fired up because she deserves respect, doesn't she? Yeah, just like you do, just like every citizen of planet Earth deserves to be treated with respect. So I went over the 3 steps of how to handle a sniper with her. She was a little skeptical. She wasn't sure that her son would respond to this favorably. Here's how it played out. She told him, "Son, when you say that, I feel disrespected. Is that what you were going for?" And then he pops off with more disrespectful stuff like, "Oh, Mom, you're just too hypersensitive. You've been talking to that shrink again, haven't you? He's not doing you any good at all." Threw me right under the bus. She was cool. She just totally rolled with it. She did not respond to his antagonizing her at all after that. She simply went to step 3, accept. She said, "Okay." Now, she wasn't sure that it even made a difference because he kind of stormed off and he's like, "Whatever," right? But she had put him on notice. And this is so psychologically powerful because her message to him was, "Look, you don't get to treat me that way. And when you do, I will call you on it." Now, she didn't say that, but that's what she communicated to him. And she came in about a week later to visit with me and said, "You know what, Dr. Paul? It worked. I didn't think it was working at first. But he stopped doing what he was doing before, saying those disrespectful things to her. Powerful. I love those 3 steps. Real quick as a review: identify when this happens, I feel that. Verify, is that what you were after? And accept. Okay. Powerful. You've got this. Everyone deserves respect, including you. If you would like some assistance with this, coaching is a really powerful option to get someone in your corner. If you're looking for a fantastic coach that can help you with the principle-based approach to problems like this, visit liveonpurpose.coach, where you'll find coaches who are certified in the principles that we talk about here on the channel. I hope that you found this helpful. I'll be back tomorrow. See you then.